What's up, guys? This is Two Black Blondes. I'm Ken Paul, and this is
Mika Lachey.
And we are back. And guess what, guys? Mika Lachey was on time today. Anyway,
say that. Even when I'm late, I'm on time.
Right. So today we're going to discuss Jussie Smollett, the star of Empire, also Monique and Steve Harvey's recent interview. But before we do, please subscribe and hit that bell button so you can see Mika Lachey's chocolate beautiful face.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm giving you my debonair with my black, dark, deep
melanin.
chocolate melanin popping. And a touch of bread. And of course, my Rudy is giving you the nice 80s Whitney.
I get so emotional, baby.
Give it to him. Yes.
All right,
yes.
let's get this thing started.
Let's get into it.
All right, Jussie Smollett. Mika Lachey, this has to be the most bizarre,
this is the
strangest story
that keeps on. It keeps on giving.
It keeps on giving more and more and more. But for some of you who may not know the story, a couple of weeks ago, or I think a month ago, Jussie Smollett said that he got attacked by two men who used racial slurs and also homophobic slurs.
Right.
The thing with the story that's very confusing to me is that he said in his recent interview that he was hungry. So around midnight, he went to Walgreens, 24-hour Walgreens, but Walgreens, why would you buy food there?
Was it Walgreens or Subway?
He said Walgreens first. And then he said he decided to go to Subway. As he was on the Chicago streets, he heard two men a man yell out "Empire." He looked back. He kept walking. All of a sudden, they attacked him.
Okay. So I noticed one thing in our culture, and I know you can attest to this. We can be some of the most non-believing people when it comes to certain incidents.
It's true.
People could have like an allergy, like, oh, she ain't got no allergy. We do have. I don't know what that is. Sometimes we do take stories that we just simply don't believe. Now, I did see his interview on
the ABC interview.
Mm-hmm. You know, and him crying and everything.
Yeah, so I don't know what to believe. Me watching the recent interview, I feel like he's acting. He doesn't sound believable to me. I don't get the story. And what's confusing to me is why... Here's the part that's confusing too. Now, first when they interviewed him, a lot of people on social media, they were saying that they don't believe his story, he's lying. The cops said that they don't find no evidence that he is lying. Then another recent story came out after that. They said that they interviewed two suspects. Mm-hmm. They released them. Mm-hmm. Then they found out those two suspects were actually extras that were on the Empire show. So
here's my question. How did they find the suspects if there was never any video footage found?
It is the most bizarre story. Then they said that the suspects, they were actually in the area when he got attacked. Now they're saying that the suspects were hired by Jussie to stage this attack. So
let me ask you this question then. What do you think he would have to gain by hiring these people he's already a star from a somewhat show. I mean, the show is getting canceled or something.
I'm glad you said that, because they're saying the reason why he staged this is because he was actually getting written off the show. But even with that, I still don't get what he has to gain by making this story up. If you're getting written off, what is him making up this story going to do?
Right, they're gonna write you off.
I just don't understand this story. I don't get it. But those two suspects, those extras that were on the show, they're saying that he paid them.
They said that?
Yeah, that's what I read. But now his lawyer is saying that it's not true, that he didn't pay them, that it was actually a real attack.
So they just happened to be in the area.
With a noose and carrying bleach. That part.
And they said that he paid him to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jussie.
It's looking very suspect. And a lot of, he's a homosexual, and a lot of black gays on social media are saying that
they're giving it to him.
They are. They think that he probably met someone on one of those dating apps and it went wrong. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe a lot of them are saying that. I've always been one to not victimize the victim. But with this one, at first,
there's a lot of ambiguity.
Yeah. So it seemed very suspect. And if it's true that he is lying and he staged this, you are making us look bad, because the only reason why he's making us look bad, I know one gay guy or one black person, they don't ruin the whole community.
Right.
But in this allegation, he said that the person that attacked him used the word, Trump supporters. They said the term MAGA, Make America Great Again.
Right.
So was that the motive, if it's true?
Well, I even saw where Trump commented too, like, y'all was real quick to say it was Trump supporters. Hello, CNN. I don't hear y'all talking now.
It's very strange. It's a very strange story. I really hope he's not lying, but the way it's looking,
he looked like he lied.
He looks like, something ain't right.
I think he should just take a lie detector test and call it a day.
Well, even as we speak right now, more things are coming out, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Posted. But of course, we want you to comment and let us know what you think, because I know we give a lot of our opinion, and it's not really based on what we think solely. We want to definitely hear your opinion as well. So be sure to let us know. And
we're done with that. All right. Well, moving right along.
Yeah. So there seems to be a lot of trending topics going on right now. And another one is the infamous, because the strawberry Hennessy makes my vocabulary
Pink Hennessy.
Oh, pink Hennessy, yes. It makes my vocabulary a little distorted, and I've been drinking for a couple of hours now. But the story on Steve Harvey and Monique.
All right, so a lot of you guys may not know, or you probably do know, Monique made a headline a couple of months ago because, let me give you the backstory. Monique, when she was doing the movie Precious, I guess the power to be's Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels, they wanted her to promote the movie overseas. She already promoted the movie here in America. Now, in the business, when you're promoting a movie, you don't get paid for that. They don't pay for your air travel, your hotel. She declined and said she did not want to promote the movie because of the funds, and also she wanted to be with her family. Because she said no, per her words, Oprah, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry were upset about that. And that's when trouble for her began. She got, quote unquote, blackballed. She made headlines again when she was doing her show, her stand-up comedian show. And she said to Tyler Perry, Oprah, and Lee Daniels to suck her, her magic stick.
She also had the issue with Netflix too.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that. I'm going down. Okay. That was afterwards. So that happened. Then the issue with Netflix, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know about, she felt like she wasn't getting her fair share. She wanted more money, and she asked us to boycott them. And she loves. What's her favorite line?
I love you for real.
I love you for real. Hug. Whatever.
Yeah.
All that crap she was saying. Her recent interview with Steve Harvey. She went on the Steve Harvey show, and they went back and forth. She explained where she was coming from. He explained where he was coming from. I got both sides. They both
told their truth.
They both told their truth, and I got both sides. The only part that I didn't kind of quite get was where Steve Harvey kind of told her she should sacrifice her integrity for the money.
I didn't get that. What I got from him was just that basically, how do I say this?
Do it in the right way.
You got to do it the right way. And you have to have integrity about it. She lost her integrity when she said to suck her penis. Her integrity was lost then.
True. But as she said in that interview, I'm not sure if you got this part, she said that was part of her show. Like, you can't censor comedians That's what she said.
But when but see, time and place.
People. Right.
Time and place.
And you got to issue with these people. So saying that, yeah.
So, time and place. When you're a comedian, be a comedian.
Right.
When you're dealing with matters of money, your integrity, that's when you want all jokes put aside at that time, because you want the person to know that you're being completely clear about what you're discussing. So, I get the whole she's a comedian, but that was not a comedic moment.
Right.
And another point I have with that is that, and this is my personal belief, and I'm entitled to have my personal belief. I just want to point that out. But I do feel as Black women, we do have to be careful with our wording and how we go about doing things, because we're very quickly labeled angry Black women. So even if she's passionate or if she felt wrong, she still has to, there's still a way to handle certain situations without being the angry Black woman that we're often labeled as.
And I get that, but what I hate with that, if that was a man who did that, a Black or a white man, they would have been getting this type of treatment that she's getting. But because she's that woman, and that Black woman specifically, she gets labeled that. When is that going to end? You know what I mean?
But that's why I'm saying there's a fine line. She still has to. You can get, and I tell my daughter this all the time. You can still get your point across without having to. There's a proper way to handle everything.
It's true.
I feel as an adult. You can be passionate about things, get your point across with tact.
Right. But again, if that was a man who did the same thing, would we be here right now talking about this?
And because of that, that's why she should exercise.
But again, when is that going to end?
It will never end.
It will never end.
It will never end.
I personally feel I'm with Monique, because at the end of the day, from Steve Harvey and watching other videos that they've posted about him, I do feel he meant what he meant. He said that he's not going to crumble or let his family crumble because he chooses integrity.
Right. But you know why?
Hold on. Oh. I don't agree with that, because imagine in slavery, we got the slaves, Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. They all stood for something. They all took a hit for us today. Right. With Monique doing what she's doing, although it may be to a lot of people she's doing it in the improper way, for all we know, she can make a change for the next Black girl that's coming up in the business in Hollywood. Because what Steve Harvey to me is saying to Monique, it's fine. Go upstairs to that hotel room with that executive. Flirt with him a little bit. Get that money. It's about taking care of your family, not your integrity. That's what I get from it.
I feel instead of her taking the route that she did, call the Cochran firm. I'm gonna call my lawyer.
Cochran is dead, isn't he?
But he has a whole firm.
Is still there?
A team of people that are there to still.
Are they gonna cases?
And what you do, that's how you get them. That's how you kill people. That's how you kill people. You get your attorney. You get your legal documentation. You show proof as to what others are being paid and what you are being paid. Build a case. Show that you have, intelligence and that you can go about it the right way versus suck map. Really?
Right. And I get what you're saying, but when you're not looking at the business aspect of it, you're being a human and you're being treated unfairly, whether in the workplace or in her situation in Hollywood. She's probably gone through a lot, and she probably just at that point just reacted. I get that, because sometimes I'm an emotional person.
We all are.
And I react
but at the end of the day,
with
it's
anger.
A business. It's a business.
And which is true, but to her point, I get what she's saying. When do we stop sacrificing integrity just for the money? Especially for Black women actors. But I get it. She handled it a different way in order to get result. What I did like in the interview is him saying they owe her an apology, and I'm glad he acknowledged that and that she owes them an apology. So he's trying to set a meeting up for them in order to talk and figure this whole thing out. Because Monique, she is a good comedian and a good actor. So it's sad to see that she's not, I guess, doing movies as she once did because of all this situation.
No, the question is, will she get that apology? That's the question.
See, and that's the problem I have with the whole doing it right, because how long do these black actors, these black actresses have to play this game, play the man's game, play these powers games, and they may never even get the apology regardless.
But here's the thing. It's not like she's having this debate with Caucasian actors or Caucasian's power to be. She's having this altercation with Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
These are black people. So
but you just asked, will she ever get the apology? So,
yeah, I just still want to.
Then what's the point?
Because you know why? Because at the end of the day, the apology is not necessarily coming from a black or white place. I feel at times it's coming from a power place, and if you've already burned your bridges, then you've probably already burned your bridges.
And another thing too, you made a mention that she's having this debate, this issue with black people, but I'm pretty sure
the powers to be or not
are behind
right.
Oprah. They're above them. So
you know what?
Lionsgate. That's what she had.
And we're gonna close this out soon, but I will say this: when you go to work every day, I'm pretty sure there are things that you don't want to do. It's not about integrity. It's about your job. You have a job to do, and it's not like they were asking her to, as you mentioned, go and sleep with the executive. No, they were saying, hey, you got to show up here, you got to show up here. I don't think that they were asking anything of her that they may have not asked for others. However, I get your point. Others were paid more, and that's the issue.
That wasn't the issue. She said no. That issue with her saying no. What's the problem with her saying no? She doesn't have the money to go overseas and promote it, and she wants to give her family.
Oh, I wish I could tell my boss no whenever I felt like it.
But she did her job.
I just wish I could tell my boss no whenever I felt
No, but she did her job though. She did the movie. She promoted the movie. They want her to go overseas and promote it. They don't pay you for airfare, pay you for hotel fees. She didn't have the funds for that, but they didn't care, I guess. So they told her because she said no, she's not doing it. That's why she has all these issues right now. So with that part, that's the part that's kind of like irritating me. Like, she said no, what's the problem? Like, let her be. I'm with Monique. I get she probably handled it the wrong way, but I like how she's standing up for herself and exposing these people. Even though it may cost her money, it may cost her a job, at the end of the day, she still has her integrity. That's how I see it. I know you don't see it that way, but...
No, I didn't say I didn't. I didn't say I didn't. Just... She has integrity with no money. So
well, she still has money because she recently had a show in Vegas.
Listen, she will always do well. Yeah. She's a talented woman, and one thing about talent, you can't stifle talent.
You can't stifle talent.
So,
but hopefully it turns all around. They all speak, and this goes away.
That's the hope. Absolutely. Alrighty. Well, I think we're done with that. And again, we want to know your opinion as well. So. Be sure to let us know what you think, because again, he has his opinion and I have mine, and I just want to see who's all on my side.
So silly.
All right, so now we also have another segment of this particular taping, and this segment is our new favorite thing. So, our new favorite thing
is this pink Hennessy. I'm just playing.
Let me tell you, and this is from a person who's not a drinker. He had this nicely prepared for me when I got here. The strawberries were soaking in sugar from the night before. A little black Hennessy, a little grenadine, a little pink lemonade. That was all right.
I had to prepare for the star, for the diva.
Let it be known.
All right, what's your favorite? Okay. Your favorite thing?
The Boomerang BET series. Love. So they only had one episode. So I hope that you guys will be tuning in. Of course, it was created from the Boomerang Classic, which we all know, with Eddie Murphy and Robin Gibbons.
and Eartha Kitt.
Right. I mean, how could you not love a classic? What do you know about love? What do you possibly think you know about love? I'm sick and tired of men. Okay, all right.
Wait. I'm not wearing any panties.
Exactly. So again, I love movie classics. I really, really do.
So what's the show about?
So this show, it's actually Marcus's daughter, who's now, I guess, still doing the same thing that he did in the movie.
And her business in the show.
Right. And then you have Jacqueline's son.
Right.
And, you know, and it's really, when you think about it, it's really about Boomerang.
Yeah, it's about Boomerang.
It's about what they did in their life and how
they're
it's kind of
with it,
impacting their children's lives.
Millennials,
I love it.
They're ambitious.
Oh,
Black people.
That soundtrack though.
Soundtrack is everything. I love the homage they're giving to the '90s. They play SWV. I'm so into.
I love it.
Oh,
I can't remember all the names, but what's her name? The girl you love, Lala Milan.
Lala Milan. She started as the influencer on YouTube, a comedian on not YouTube, a comedian on Instagram, and now she's on the show too. She's an actress. She's come a long way. She's doing really well.
She mentioned that the soundtrack was available.
Oh,
yeah. That was on the video that you sent me. I so need to get it because the soundtrack was everything. I just love the whole feel of it, you know, and I just love to see, you know, talented artists that are just doing their thing, and I'm loving the script, and I'm a true thespian at heart. Let me make sure I have that word correct. Thespian, and I can appreciate good art.
Right. And again, I'm not sure if we explained it. It's just about young millennials working as professionals, ambitious, and it's a romantic comedy pretty much about Black people.
So I hope you guys will be tuning in because we definitely plan on commentating on that show.
Yes.
Alrighty.
That is it. Bye.